Yo, welcome back to one too many little Thursday night action on March 30th. Um, Today, myself, Tess, Keith, we're going to talk about a little different topics than we have in the past. We're gonna get a little wonky, little current events. With that being said, I think we're going to touch on sports as well. So we got Lamar Jackson, his current status of whatever you want to call it. Um, After that, I think we're going to talk about Jonah Hill and Kanye and
Let's
that
go.
stupidity. How we'll segue that in, no idea, but that's where the fun comes. And then last but not least, we will talk about Final Four, given that Final Four is Saturday night. So don't think anybody had predicted that Final Four, but regardless, those would be kind of things we're talking about. With that being said, welcome back to episode 3.
Hey, all right. I'll start it off.
Yeah.
Lamar, get your bag. That's all I have to say. Dude, I know he's asking for a lot, but he came out today saying he doesn't even want a fully guaranteed contract, but at the same time, he wants a minimum guarantee of the amount Deshaun Watson is making. So, that's the interesting point. If we want to give that to him, I don't know.
Do you know what that number is by chance?
Around 260 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
the guarantees. That's steep.
It is, especially for a running back that. Oh, I just called him a running back, especially for, yeah.
Jason, tell us how you really feel about him.
Yeah, now we know.
No, especially for a quarterback that consistently runs like Lamar. I mean, I know you can say, oh, but he's gotten hurt inside the pocket 2 times. I mean, he has, but I don't know. I don't think the Ravens deserve him. And you see a lot of all these other teams. Falcons are sticking with Desmond. You have the Titans who have Malik Willis, who actually believes in Malik Willis. You have a bunch of these other teams that, they can go after him, and they're not doing a single thing, which kind of sucks because he's a great quarterback and he can put any team into the playoffs automatically. You get him, you're an automatic playoff contender. Depends what conference you're in. NFC team gets him. Depending on the team, I think they're a Super Bowl contender right away, just for the fact that Eagles, Niners, you can throw the Cowboys in there. Screw the Cowboys though.
Cowgirls.
The Cowgirls, yeah. But other than those 3, you don't really have any other good teams in there. I think any team with Lamar can go and compete right away. You stick in the AFC though. Obviously, you have players Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, just those 3 off the top. You're going to struggle a bit, but at the same time, Lamar's already in the AFC, so you'll be right at the top of the pack with those 3 teams.
Agreed. I mean, I don't know. It's just odd. There's something that I feel like we don't know, or there's some sort of something, because it just seems odd, right? Because, I mean, the only question I have for you, Jason, is, I want to get the money too, is just what team would he go to, do you think? I mean, there's a lot of teams, of course, that want a 26-year-old former MVP. So let me be very clear from the get-go. I'm not saying that, it doesn't make sense for him to leave or something like that, but we were talking about this, but what you have Commanders, Colts, Jets are going towards Brett Favre round 2. What other teams do you see him going to? Because I agree with you. I don't think he should stay in Baltimore. I think he should go, but I don't think any of the owners. I mean, Ursay even said it. Came out an article a few days ago. Fully guaranteed contracts of that nature are quite risky. So there's this fine line of get what you need to be worth, right? And then understanding that there's risks and consequences for going that route. So
yeah, and Lamar's only I think he's only 25 right now. The contract the Ravens offered him, at least according to the reports, were 3 years. I think it was 133, basically around 41 million, all of it guaranteed. The issue is, that's 41 million a year, but it's only over 3 years, especially with the type of quarterback he is, that lifespan that type of quarterback has. He wants security. And he's his own agent, obviously. You have Laramie Tunsil. I know I'm going over to a different type of player, offensive lineman, one of the best offensive tackles in the league. For the Texans, he's already on his third contract. He's been taking 3-year contracts, and consistently he's the highest paid offensive lineman in the league. He gets the most guaranteed money for offensive linemen. Yeah, but maybe he should think about taking less years and getting that guaranteed high average revenue, average value, annual average value. It's just a thought, but at the same time, as a quarterback, he should last a minimum of 8 years, 10 years in the league, especially for a running quarterback. I don't know what other team would give that to him, especially of all these teams that I think the point is these teams are bad enough, the Falcons, the Titans, whoever, that they're
Colts.
Colts, that they're in the middle of this rebuild, I guess you can say, and part of that rebuild isn't giving a quarterback $260 million guaranteed.
Yeah, I think you could excuse maybe the teams in this upcoming draft with the 4 first quarterback picks, just because those are the consistently, top 4 that are talked about, becoming, what teams would hope to be their franchise quarterback. I see that as the only excuse for why you couldn't go after Lamar Jackson if you truly want to rebuild and get, maybe 3 more years than what you would get with Lamar Jackson if he is your long-term quarterback. I mean, he's a former MVP. He is on his rookie contract. The only other MVP to do that, I think one of the few people to get an MVP on the rookie contracts is Patrick Mahomes, and look at what he's getting. Still a little team friendly even for that as well.
Very team friendly, actually.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I think it's crazy that no one is showing interest in him, or at least that's what's being reported. Maybe there is interest somewhere. Being a Colts fan, I wouldn't mind seeing him there.
Amen to that, Keith.
I also can understand wanting to mold a rookie quarterback into hopefully your franchise quarterback as well, and not having to worry about Lamar Jackson staying healthy. So,
yeah, it's not even just that. It's having that quarterback on a rookie deal, hoping he can reach those heights within his first 4 or 5 seasons in the league.
Right.
You have a bunch of examples of that. Hurts recently. You have Mahomes in his 2nd, 3rd, 4th year of his career. Burrow in his 2nd year. Allen's taken him to, I don't think he's gotten past the 2nd round actually, but still, there's plenty of examples of it. And having that quarterback on a rookie contract. So, these teams, they draft their Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson. They can build around him for the first 5 years that's half a decade right there. And they can load up on all of this offensive line talent, defensive line talent, secondary skill position players, anything that they can do to help that team out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just absurd that he's not on a team yet somehow. Whether that be the Ravens or another team. I think it's crazy. I don't know. I don't see. I get the injury concern, but at the same time, this man's brought your team to the playoffs the last how many times at the very least, even if he's not even playing at the end of the year, he has a hand in getting there. And even when he's been in the playoffs, he's won, and it wasn't even at home. So I was I know he can win. So I don't know how more teams aren't trying to get a hold of him, how it's not more of a bidding war than anything else.
I think people forget too that, before his injuries, Ravens were top the AFC. So I don't know. I agree with you guys. It's bizarre. Probably speak for Keith as well. That'd be a fantasy dream to have Jonathan Taylor and Lamar Jackson in a backfield.
RPOs for days.
Oh, it'd be just, especially with what's your boy Steichen from Philly, coming over, just doing it with Hurts. And I don't know. It makes sense, but I
can't see. I can't see how they're not doing it.
Yeah,
you can top it off with a little cream fraiche,
right?
There's glaring holes, but I think Lamar being mobile like that can make up for some of those on offense. Just being MVP, caliber player, you can make up for that on offense.
Yeah.
That's can be said for any of the other teams that could be using him, like the Falcons or the Ravens. Hell,
But it's like I said before, though, the Falcons, they're in complete rebuild mode.
yeah.
They really are. That they don't want to give 260 at the minimum to a quarterback when they're completely rebuilding. Same thing with same thing, but not the same thing with the Colts. The Colts already have I think any player or any quarterback that goes to the Colts is going to be the happiest person in the world, just for the fact you have an offensive line that it's not as good as it was in the past 2-3 years, but it's still a very, very, very solid offensive line. It's not like Justin Fields going to the Bears and getting absolutely annihilated every play. But that's the thing. If you saw Lamar, just in a hypothetical situation, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But if Lamar Jackson went to the Colts behind that offensive line, let's be real, and it would be kind of sad because Michael Pittman's good, but that will probably be the best receiver he's played with. No offense to Hollywood Brown.
Probably you're right.
Yeah, they just signed Nelson Aguilar the other day. That's really helping their case.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Yeah, you would know.
I would not. Thankful for that Super Bowl. But yeah, he's a good player. He gets separation, but yeah, he's catch up ball.
In my head, I envision this just beautiful tandem of a Jonathan Taylor, Lamar Jackson, Alec Pierce jump ball specialist, followed by Jelani Woods running across the middle.
Beautiful.
I mean, at that point, every Colts fan should.
You don't even need an O-line.
No, screw it. We're just going to throw the ball to 6'4" and 6'7" people and make them jump for it, and then we'll have Lamar and JT run. A man can dream. I probably speak to Keith a little bit about this too, but like the other one is, I mean, you guys got to not forget about being in that top 4, like you said, for a draft pick. The pro day today from Richardson was nice. If the Colts have that opportunity, I mean, pull the trigger and you test it. I mean, the other thing is this: it would be so Ballard to trade back and hope that those guys drop later. And I understand we do have other holes that we got to fill. I mean, it's no secret that our offense was, bad, really bad. With a defense that just ran out of steam every game because they were on the field for, 60 minutes out of 60 minutes, it felt like. So,
yeah.
I wonder if, because I could see Richardson becoming a Lamar-like. Do you take Richardson or do you take, a Lamar?
Yeah.
You take Richardson. I know Lamar's the guaranteed thing, but the fact that you have that rookie contract to build around, like I said before, you have that 4th pick, you're going to draft on potential. You'll still save God knows how much money. Retool that offensive line. Doesn't need to rebuild. You don't need to rebuild that offensive line. Just retooling 1 or 2 more players.
Well, crazy is too if Ballard trades back. Say Anthony Richardson doesn't make it back to the Colts, we can still give that to the Ravens.
Exactly.
I think the Colts are in a win-win position either way.
Smart. Yeah.
But something needs to be done at quarterback for them. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think something needs to be done at quarterback for just a lot of these teams.
3 years ago, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys 3 years ago, but a lot of teams need a quarterback.
Just
in general, especially the NFC.
Teams always need quarterbacks.
That is very, very, very true.
That's why when you can get one, you should hold on to them.
Forever. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So,
the NCAA tournament. So, how many of you have somebody left in the Final Four?
Not I.
I do.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I do. I have UConn left. Let's go. Go Huskies, baby.
Yeah.
Won my bracket, though, thankfully. Nobody else has anybody left in the Final Four.
There you go, man. Congratulations.
Bracket group I'm in. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Texas losing into my hopes and dreams. So
Texas losing
they were my champions, man.
It's a box out. Anybody, Comment below if you disagree and you watch that game, but he boxed him out. That can't in the NBA, like 10 out of 10 times. That's an over the back foul.
Yeah.
He was mauling him from behind.
Yeah, I also think it's behind the back, but the way the rule is, I guess, written, from what I saw, it looks like they made the correct call by the book, but I think that needs to be changed. I think that
You're
that
taking away his
rewards the
box out.
defender. It rewards the defender, or I guess the defender, the person trying to get an offensive rebound when they're
It
clearly,
does.
or a
Over the
rebound in
back.
general, I guess. For trying to jump over somebody.
It's, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're automatically predestined to not be able to box out. If someone's able
It's
to
tough.
just jump,
Yeah.
right? Then and I can't back up.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
It's a tough call. I mean, if he goes straight up, you know what I mean? Like he's entitled to come back down. That's how the rule's written.
Yeah.
It's just a weird one. I don't know, because when you're boxing someone out, you're constantly, trying to push them backwards, create as much space for yourself to grab that ball. And you don't know they're leaving their feet.
Exactly. You're looking for
So
that ball. You're just making sure you have your body on their body. Pause.
resume.
Yeah, that's
slower.
yeah. All right. Calm down, guys. Save it for later. Wink. I just wink.
Not a boy.
Going a little bit off topic. Whatever.
Well,
you remember Big Mouth Lola? And she goes wink or knock knock or something. That's what I just said.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, Keith, back to you.
Well, I was going to ask you who you have winning your Final Four games and maybe your tournament, if you're gonna pick from this Final Four.
I have an idea, but I'm trying to go through my reasoning. I mean, no one I chose is there now.
Oh, that was weird.
But
well, yeah, but I mean, like
Miami.
based on your current team, or current teams in there. Sorry.
So it's Miami, UConn, FAU, and I forget.
San Diego State.
Yep.
All right. You know what? I'm going to go San Diego State and UConn. Yes, I'm choosing the two favorites. I think we're just at this point where this is where usually Cinderellas like FAU lose. And also, I think I said it before the tournament even started. I really liked UConn coming into it. According to the Ken Pom rankings, Ken Pom actually had him at number 4 overall.
Yeah.
And just looking at everything else, I just like them. They're an experienced team. They have good guards. They have a nice big man. I like them to win it all. I actually have in my championship game losing to Bama, but now that Bama's out, I do like UConn winning it all.
That's good.
Yeah. Cameron, I'm sure we're in the same boat.
Yeah.
I also think UConn's going to win, but I think Miami and UConn are the two best teams left. I like San Diego State. Generally, teams with seniority and experience, I guess, same thing, almost seniority. Tend to do well in the tournaments. They have that experience. They know what they're doing. They've been playing with each other for a while. Probably. So it's all just a really well-oiled machine, which is what I think San Diego State is. That defense is scary. But I mean, yeah, they couldn't. Neither team. Creighton couldn't buy a bucket, but neither could San Diego State, and that's what's scary in the Final Four. But it's assuming they're gonna not be able to buy a bucket again. I also love a good Cinderella story, though, and especially with Dusty May being a former IU guy. I mean, it's hard. It's hard not to root for them, also for me. But I think San Diego State comes out, and I think UConn does come out. Miami has a slow start again, like they did last game. It's the end. You can't mess up against UConn. They're they're the scariest team left, and they will punish you for any mistake. So I think that's why they'll win.
Yeah. No, that UConn Miami game is, I mean, that's a dogfight. There's so many good guards on the court. Not to mention, UConn has a 7-footer that runs the floor. I mean, good Lord. I think you look at that game, realistically, you could do a coin flip, whoever's hot. Um, I'm favoring UConn just because, I mean, what is it? They've steamrolled the last 6 teams by 18 or more points in the tournament. The other side, I'm going to go FAU, and the only reason is San Diego State looked like they had a ton of trouble putting the ball in the hole. That FAU team also is seniority heavy. There's a lot of 5th and 6th year extra COVID year guys. I thought it was cool at the end of that Kansas State game. There'd been a guard that came in that's a 6-year guard, engineering major, didn't play all game, got subbed in just to hit the free throws, nailed 4 in a row, ice. They have the seniority, I think, to compete with San Diego State. Now, to Keith's point, that defense is physical. They are in your grill all game. You are not getting the separation that you want. At least it's not going to come easy. I think FAU is going to squeak in this Cinderella into the championship game. I think UConn, in my opinion, my brain tells me it's a coin flip, but my heart tells me UConn. UConn's just, you got Hawkins. I mean, overall, I can't go against them, and they've been steamrolling everybody. So I think it's literally a rerun of, what was that, 2009, 2010. You got some FAU or Butler that no one knows about, and a steamrolling UConn that's coming in just pummeling everybody. And I think UConn takes the cake at that one, and you see the heartbreak of FAU. I don't know. Seems very repetitive and like the world's a giant circle, but I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. Just all the teams remind me that Michigan State team with, what was it, Draymond Green, then super stifling defense. That game was like 56-52, stuff like that. So I think that's what that game will be like, is a very physical, gross game, followed by the other side of the bracket is sparks and fireworks of lighting it up from the perimeter, making great moves to the basket, running the floor, probably the more modern style of basketball, followed by the other side being a little bit more, not old school, but old school tough. It's going to be physical.
All right, well, Jason, as our resident Jew, how are you feeling about this Kanye West, Jonah Hill situation?
Well, I'll tell you about it, Keith. I was in Nashville this past weekend. Great time, electric. If you haven't been there, highly recommend you go. See one of my old buddies. Anyway, so let's see. Saturday morning, he forced me to the gym. Went to the gym. Hopped on the treadmill and do our normal, very intense, very nice cardio workout. 15 incline, 3.5 speed. If you haven't done it, get on it. I get this Twitter notification. And it's our boy Keith. Keith sends a message into our Twitter group chat, and it's the whole Jonah Hill and Kanye West thing. It's saying, I'm just gonna paraphrase it. It's like, oh, Kanye's like, yeah, I just watched 21 Jump Street. Jonah Hill made me like the Jews again. Just because you don't like one Jew or one whatever, doesn't mean that all Jews are bad. And you know what I did? I put on Yeezus right away and started grinding down the treadmill. I was like, you are forgiving, Kanye. Guess what? I still think he's a crazy and he's an awful person. He's an awful person. I think that. But, I think his music has just been a huge part of my childhood. I will say I did try to stop listening to Kanye, but I felt like his production, the music he always put out, like I just said, he's a big part of my childhood, a big part of everything. It's a big part of my life. It just kept coming on. It just kept popping on.
There's always There's always that question of there's always that question of if you can separate the art from the artist, and man, if you can compartmentalize, I think you can. Whether that's the best thing to do or not, I don't know. Does Kanye get paid from his streams and whatnot? Probably. It depends on if you want to give that man money. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I think he's a crazy. I think Seth Rogen had one of the best reactions I saw, at least on Twitter, and he
Wait,
just
what'd he
kind of.
say?
Well, someone just told him like, "What do you think of Jonah Hill?" Flipping Kanye's mind on this, and he just laughed. He goes, "I wrote some of those jokes. I think, I think I had a part to play in that, like joking, but I think he was also kind of saying he's glad that." I think he's glad that it wasn't him that changed Kanye's mind because I think that's a really weird spot to be in. So.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely weird. I don't. How do you? I mean, do you say thank you? Are you like, I'm happy for you? I don't know. I don't know.
Like Jason said, I think he's still crazy, man. And
yeah.
Oh, he is. But no, I put Yeezus on right away, and I was like, whatever. I'm like, this is like the funniest shit I've read and seen in God knows how long. I'm just gonna play Yeezus just because.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck not? It was just hilarious. I thought it was a joke. I literally typed in our group chat. I was like, is this a joke? I went on Google. I'm like, this is not a joke. This is not Photoshop. This is real. This is real life. And you know what? How do you feel for your Jonah Hill right now? Like, yo, Jonah Hill, have saved the Jews from Kanye West.
I've seen a bunch of jokes on TikTok about it, and
I'm not on TikTok, so I haven't seen too much.
Good lord.
Well, yeah, they're good. I won't. I'll have to send you some after this. So.
You do have to send me some after this. That's hilarious stuff.
Yeah, man.
God damn. As non-Jews,
I guess
what do you guys
conclusion,
think?
he's still crazy.
Yeah,
he always
crazy.
will be, but he makes damn good music.
Yeah, he's
we
a
forgive him.
fucking producer.
That
I'll
much.
give him a little bit.
I'll give him one song play.
One song
Enough
play.
of a forgiven.
One trip to Paris.
Oh boy! All right. Well, in the interest of wrapping these things up, you guys want to hit it with the music of the week?
Yeah. Speaking of a musician and Kanye, yeah. Let's get to the song of the week.
All right, I can start us off.
Yeah,
in the interest of it's just a song, not an album. It's getting warmer. We're heading into spring. In the interest of staying on your FIFA soundtracks, "Animal" by Mike Snow gets me in the mood every time, man. Makes me want to go do some porch beers on a warm spring day.
Don't tell me it's a good time.
Mike Snow. He spells it Miike, so maybe it's Mike. But
Mike.
But yeah, man, great song. Just banger. I don't know, puts me in a great mood every time.
That whole FIFA soundtrack. I mean,
you can never go wrong with it, man. I'll view from it one day, but today is not that day.
Nah, that'll be a sad day when you turn that page. Man, and I guess kind of a good segue into that would be a song that's maybe not on FIFA. However, I'm gonna put it in that same category of it's gonna get the weekend right. It's gonna get those vibes going. Weekend Friend, little goth babe action. Shout out to my buddy up in Chicago. I know you're a huge fan. I'm not that big of a fan. But with that being said, Weekend Friend, great song. Whether you're trying to relax at the house, on the way home from work, great vibe. Gets you in the mood for when you're headed home to see the people you want to be with. So Weekend Friend, take a listen. Tess, what about you?
Cool. I'm debating between a couple songs, actually.
Hit them all.
You know
Hit
what?
us up with them all. I want to hear it.
Shoot, you want to hear him?
Let's hear them.
All right, first one. I'll only do one. I'll stick with the game. I'll do one. I'll stick with like your FIFA theme, but I'm gonna choose a different game. I'm gonna go with MLB 2K9. I think it was. Remember a song like Listomania?
Great song.
That song was a banger. That was so good. It puts me in a good mood. It makes me feel great. It makes me feel like a kid again. I mean, I'm only 24, but I'm not that old. But makes me feel like I'm about to boot up my Xbox 360 in 5th grade and ball out, chase out Mark Teixeira. Like I had a fucking baller.
Yo, Jason, a couple days ago it was warm enough here to drive with the windows down. I was blasting it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so glad you brought that up, man. That song is
that's huge drama right there. I wish. I wish I was there.
Yep.
And
It was
then
awesome. Fantastic.
I'm gonna go one more. Let's see. One more. You know, when we go out at night on the weekends, I'm not the biggest fan of this new music, so to speak. Me and my roommate, we always talk about why isn't there like why isn't there bars right now that just play straight classic rock or just rock? You know, I don't always want to hear rap, trap, just EDM. I don't want to hear that 24/7. But I was playing Guitar Hero the other month, like literally like a month ago, and now this song has been stuck in my head for the past month. And I used to play this song all the time on Guitar Hero when I was a kid. "Talk Dirty to Me" by Poison. Great song. Great song. It's actually been my latest shower song too. So, you know, I know we don't live together, Cam, anymore. And Keith, I know you're not just randomly walking to the house, but this has been my shower song recently. Awesome song.
Love it.
And
Love
I wish they played in the bars because that's something I could get down to.
Yeah.
A lot of
There
this
you go,
music nowadays I'm like, all right, like it's like head bobbing music, but like I want to dance when I'm out. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a
Mm,
difference
yeah.
between this music that's more I say this music. I don't know. Just
Today's music.
modern music, I guess.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? Exactly right. It's just
No.
very like
Do I feel like an
it's
angry old
more
man
of
yelling
a-
at clouds talking about this
Yeah.
music?
right? I mean, grab the rocker and let's go on the front porch and
Yeah.
rock back and forth. But I feel like to a point, Tess, like you're correct in the fact that I feel like that music would make me get up and move rather than just kind of I say vibe, but that's not right. Yeah,
No, you can
there's
vibe.
there's
No.
more like energy to it, I guess, so to speak. Like that kind of
Mhm.
and maybe that's because it takes us back a little bit, but like that music would get you going. I mean, you're instantly
Mhm.
weird energy. You're moving, you're dancing, you're being a goofball. It's just good times.
Yeah.
Singing your heart out. I feel like this one's more of just like you're vibing or you're trying to relax or you're trying to chill or whatever you want to call it, but it just seems kind of more like that. And it's a more laid back energy, but it's still, I guess, rhythmically soothing to listen to.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more with you, man.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, there you have it. Music of the week. And we got into a tangent at the end there, but it was a good one.
Hey,
to
I
have.
had to go on my little rant. I go on it
You
a lot
always have
though.
to.
It's the same
I encourage
thing.
it.
Like, no, seriously, just give me something I can dance to.
Yeah.
I get it. There's like that vibe when you're like bobbing your head, but like you're just standing there. Like, how am I supposed to go talk to people and be like, "Yo, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey, can I have a drink?"
Can I have a drink? Oh, will you buy me a drink? Flip it on him. All right.
So you're paying, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Uno reverse card, real quick.
Yeah,
Yo, I should bring an Uno reverse card out tomorrow night.
do it.
And
I
I
can
dare
ask.
you.
I can ask.
what do you
to buy her
mean
a
by
drink.
that?
I'll go to a bar. I'm like, "Hey, you want a drink?" And she'll be like, "Sure."
All right. I'll tell you. Yeah,
And
I'll take a
then-
beer.
Yeah, I'll take a beer. Oh, cool. Here we go. Uno reverse card. That could work though. Maybe we should go to Target and buy a pack of Uno cards.
Do it.
Just using that situation. I
Document
think
your
that would be kind of
results.
funny. You know, I probably will. I'll probably go like over 5 tomorrow night. But you know,
See,
I'll-
you understand that's a great idea until you get one of those like choose a color card, and then it's not funny at the bar. Now it's not funny after that, right? Like,
All right.
goddamn.
Let's wrap this thing up, baby.
yep. Let's wrap it up.
We're derailing here. All right.
We are.
Thank you guys for listening to episode 3. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. So, what's the usual? Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow.
Buy a sweatshirt.
Yeah, buy a T-shirt, buy a hat. We're gonna have tons of
Link in
coming.
bio.
Yeah, link in bio. Woo, woo, woo. All right, everybody, don't forget to
Just
turn
kidding.
click the bell for notifications, and have a good one. Peace.
Sorry, hold on.
That clap, right? Okay, that's too much.
All right.
Great way to-
I'll go on mute.
yeah. Great way to
Yeah.
start it, though. Okay. All right.
And well, hey, we can cut this part out here, but
I think
also
there's
Lamar
one that we're
Jackson if
missing.
we want to.
That's what I'm missing. I was like, that was the one I was going to start with, but don't know.
Yeah.
Jason, clap again. Myself, Cameron, Jason.
All right, got it.
For those there, this isn't the second one.
I'm dying over here, man.
Why are your claps so loud, bro?
I don't fucking know.
Immovable object, unstoppable force. Goddamn.
I'm crying.
All right. Dude, I was smiling too hard. I was like trying to massage my cheeks because it was hurting. All right, I'm good now.
All right, I'm good now. There's not gonna clap loud. Ready?
That shit was even louder. Somehow made better contact than you did the previous clap.
All right, ready?
Wait, hold on. I'm like almost crying right now. I wouldn't have laughed so hard if it was a regular clap. That shit was louder. Like, that cracked me up.
I just spit my water back. Wait, tell me, does this sound good?
How red my face is, dude.
All right, ready? All right,
I'm ready.
3. Okay, I'm crying.
I'm muting my.
All right.
God damn it. Just hurry up and clap before I start laughing again. I'm closing my eyes.
All right, hold on.
Turning the sound off to my headset, dude. I can't do this.
I have to look down. I can't do it.
Why do you have to look down?
All right, I'm ready.
Because I see your.
Give me a second to walk around.
Done?
He just goes.
All right. Ready? Chris?
Yeah.